Today we have a Singer Heavy Duty that is birds nesting on the bottom. Whenever you have a problem with birds nesting on the bottom of your fabric, that is a problem with the upper tension. Something is going on in the top end of your machine. Everybody wants to go towards the bottom first, but usually 90% of the time, if there's bird nesting on the bottom, the problem is on the top because the thread on the bottom of your fabric is the top thread. Because the top thread has to go down and around your bobbin and bobbin case and then come back up. And if it gets stuck anywhere in that process, it bird's nests on the bottom. So that's why we look at the top for birds nesting underneath our fabric. So my rule number one for sewing machines is don't use a metal bobbin if you have a plastic bobbin case, because metal will eat through the plastic and that bobbin is turning on the plastic of this case. And so whenever you use this over time, that metal wins. So your bobbin case, which is more expensive than your bobbin and more difficult to replace, ends up going bad before your bobbin goes bad. So I do not recommend using metal bobbin case if you have a plastic bobbin. Look at our bobbin case. So it's not sitting in there correctly, it's sitting out a little bit. And you see this spring right here? So this little spring, where's my pointer? This little piece of metal right here is a spring. And that spring maintains the position of your bobbin case. So my bobbin case, which was, see that corner right there where it's been nicked up by the edge of that spring? That is a place where you're going to grab thread. Oh yeah, my nail gets caught in there really easily. That means your thread's going to get caught in there really easy. So this had been pulled likely when that needle broke or contributing to the needle break. This got pulled out of position and got stuck on the edge of that. And the spring is supposed to spring in and out easily like this. And that's what maintains your bobbin case in the right position. So we just found the reason why we're birds nesting on the bottom, and guess what? What did I say about all that tension stuff earlier? I was wrong. Our problem was down here. You got a couple of needle strikes up here in the corner. And then you've got that burr down there. So we're going to replace this. And then if you look there in the bottom, see how you've got the metal plate in the bottom and then around it is the plastic. So that plastic around the edges there, that's the part that your bobbin is turning in. So it rests down on that plastic and it turns on it. And over time the metal is going to win out. So don't use metal bobbins on a plastic bobbin case. So we likely have found our problem. The next thing I'm going to do is finish taking the machine apart and cleaning it and everything, and see if we find anything else along the way. Let's get to the teardown. So just cleaned and oiled this machine. It was not very dirty at all. This machine hasn't been used very much. The owner just caused this thing to pull around and cause a bird nest underneath. So before I put this machine all back together and we do some testing, I wanted to show you which Singer heavy duty you should buy, because a lot of people ask me which sewing machine should they buy, and I'm not going to tell you which sewing machine to buy. That is a very personal decision that you have to make on your own, and it depends on what things you need with what you're planning on sewing. So in this case, Singer heavy duties, they're pretty good machines, but they won't have your needle cutters, they won't have the special stitches, you can't embroider with them, but they do, they are somewhat heavy duty as far as for a home machine. But if you have decided on a Singer heavy duty, you need to buy one that says made in Vietnam. There are two places where they make these Singer heavy duties. Now I don't know which models are made in Vietnam and which ones are not, but they're made in China or they're made in Vietnam. In my experience, the ones that are made in China have poor quality control. And the other thing that's poor with them is when you get the machine, and I've opened up brand new machines, and this one is pretty brand new, but up here where the felts are in there, where you oil them, the ones that are made in China are a lot worse. They're a lot smaller, they're dry. The ones made in Vietnam are actually wet with oil when you get the machine. So if you do buy a made in China machine, or you bought one, don't fret. Just I recommend opening it up, and these right here, you oil these because they're going to be dry on those. That's a felt pad there, and that's another felt pad there. So they come from Vietnam, they come with a little bit of oil on them, and they come, you know, in good condition. The ones from China are a lot smaller than these. They don't really hug the shaft as well, and they don't come with any oil on them. They're dry. So that's one of the differences that I've noticed over my years. So buy the machine that's made in Vietnam. All right, we have the new bobbin case in, and it's adjusted. So what you can see here is this adjustment. This one right here is the little stopper. So when this comes back, you want to have just the tiniest little clearance in there. And that way this can operate normally. Notice how every stitch it's doing this. You want to have enough room for the thread to come around this bobbin case through here every stitch. And the spring helps it to spring back into place. So that's how this should work. We've got the machine put together enough to test. I don't have all the screws in the bottom, just in case we have to do an adjustment for our timing. So we're going to try a straight stitch first. So here's our straight stitch. Okay. Take a look at that one. So this stitch looks pretty good. We got black with white dots on the bottom. We got white with black dots on the top. So we're going to do a zigzag next and see how that looks. I always do the widest width and a short length on the zigzag. That's the hardest thing for your machine to do, and it tests your timing. So left and right sides of the needle, if your timing's off and when you do the widest stitch, then one side's not going to catch. The other benefit to using a zigzag stitch like this, so it's going to pucker the fabric a little bit because it's so wide, but the other benefit is you can tell your tension. So this is pretty good. So we're not on an embroidery machine. Embroidery machine, you want to see some top thread on the bottom, but if you see only top thread on top and only bottom thread on the bottom, that's pretty good. So this is looking pretty good for a Singer heavy duty. And we're going to say that our problem was, I'll sew a little bit more just to make sure we're good, but looks like the problem was just the bobbin case that had this part right here got stuck on the spring, and so the thread just kept going around and would get basically balled up into a knot underneath this and cause it to twist. And then once it twists, it got caught on that spring, and then at that point we got to replace this because it's got notches and it's got needle strikes on it. So our clues: when we first got this machine, I took a look at how it was threaded, and I saw that we did have it threaded correctly through the take-up lever and everything. We were going through the tension discs as well, so that was good. We knew it was bird's nesting underneath the fabric, so we want to focus our attention up in the top. However, on this machine, we had a problem underneath, and so what ends up happening when your bobbin case gets twisted like that, your thread just gets tied up in that bobbin case. And what did we learn today? Well, we learned that you may think you know what the problem is, but you could also be wrong, which I was. Thanks for watching.